I don't water a weak orchid with plain water. Just one dose of this mixture is enough to make it bloom again. Start by adding a tablespoon of ground coffee to a jug. Pour boiling water over it and let it steep for a few minutes. Then, prepare a second container, preferably another jug. Place a strainer lined with gauze on top and pour the brewed coffee through it to remove the grounds. Let the liquid cool down. Then dilute it with water. Use this solution to water the plant's roots. Coffee grounds contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and magnesium, all essential nutrients for an orchid's growth. They also have a slightly acidic pH, which can help maintain the soil's low pH level. Transfer the remaining mixture into a spray bottle. Place the orchid in a bowl and generously spray its leaves. Let it sit for a few minutes, then wipe the leaves dry. Repeat this process once a month to nourish a weak orchid. After a few months, it will bloom again. I don't keep my orchids in a peat substrate. This method prevents them from rotting and getting sick. New leaves and flower buds grow as a result. Remove the orchid from the substrate and clean its roots. They should be clean to avoid transferring mold from the soil. Take a transparent pot or vase. You'll also need a styrofoam egg carton. Use scissors to cut it into small pieces. Since the carton is designed for food storage, it's safe for your plants. This foam absorbs and retains water very well. The orchid will always have slightly moist, not wet roots, which will protect it from rotting. Once you've filled the bottom of the vase, place the orchid in it. Holding it with one hand, fill the container with styrofoam. It should be dense enough around the plant to keep it stable. When planting the orchid, remember that its roots need access to light, so pay attention to this. Next, fill the vase with water. It's best to use soft water, such as distilled or boiled water, not straight from the tap. Leave the orchid for half an hour. After this time, pour out most of the water. The orchid only needs a little water at the bottom of the pot. Finally, I trim the orchid stems, ensuring there are no flowers or dry stems left. I sprinkle cinnamon on the cuts. Cinnamon has antifungal properties. This helps the stem seal nicely and encourages new shoots to grow. If the stem was diseased, cinnamon will prevent further mold or fungus development. It also helps prevent drying out. After a few weeks, you can see new buds and flowers appearing on the branches. Put matches in the pot. This will protect your plants. I'll show you why this simple trick is useful. Anyone who has plants at home takes care of them as best as they can. Plants not only improve air quality, but also positively impact our well-being. Proper watering is crucial, as both overwatering and underwatering can cause plants to wilt. The quality of the soil is also important. When it contains too few nutrients, the flowers become weakened, making them more susceptible to diseases and pests. These are a big problem. If we don't notice them, the plants deteriorate. That's why you need matches. Matches contain sulfur, which plants need. It's in the matchstick head. Thanks to sulfur, plants are healthier and stronger. The sulfur in the match head supports the process of photosynthesis. It helps plants better cope with pests and diseases. Take the matches out of the box and place them in the soil in the pot. Put the matches head down. Place the matches about 5 centimeters apart. Then water the plant as usual. After 2 days, pull out the matches. If the match head has dissolved, insert new ones. The sulfur dissolves into the soil if it is poorly saturated with it. With this simple trick, plants become healthier, grow faster, and pests stay away from them. Just one fruit will make orchids burst with flowers. They'll grow like crazy. Fertilizer made from the peels of this fruit is the #1 tonic for orchids. Banana peels, as we're talking about, are like the elixir of youth for orchids. When you eat bananas, you peel them. The peels you usually throw away. That's a big mistake. You can make use of banana peels, so don't throw them in the trash. Bananas and their peels contain many substances that orchids love. These include potassium, phosphorus, calcium, silicic acid, and sulfur. This makes orchids healthy, with beautiful green leaves and roots. Plenty of buds also appear on them. Simply prepare a simple fertilizer from them. But before you do that, wipe the orchid leaves with the peel. This alone will nourish the orchids. The leaves will shine. Now you can prepare the fertilizer. Cut the banana peels into smaller pieces. 1 or 2 banana peels are enough. Transfer the chopped peels to a jar. Pour in a liter of warm water and close the jar. Leave the jar for a day. The next day, strain the peels. You can now water the orchids with this water. Just feed the orchids like this once every 2 weeks. You'll forget about any problems in their cultivation. Water from banana peels is not only suitable for watering, you can also wipe the orchid leaves with it. It's a versatile fertilizer, most suitable for orchids. This natural fertilizer makes my flowers grow like crazy. It contains everything flowers need. I can use it on any plant in the house. My plants have finally stopped getting sick, and their roots have strengthened. The flowers are beautiful and healthy. Thanks to this fertilizer, potted plants have large green leaves. It increases the number of buds and shoots in flowering plants. This homemade mixture contains all the essential elements: potassium, phosphorus, calcium, silicon, zinc, and others. To prepare it, you'll need rice and either a blender or a coffee grinder. Start by making rice flour from the rice. Meanwhile, get a jar ready. Put a teaspoon of rice flour into the jar. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Heat 500 milliliters of water. Pour the hot water over the mixture in the jar. Close the jar and let it sit for 3 days. After this time, strain the mixture through a fine sieve. Dilute it. Add 500 milliliters of water for every 100 milliliters of fertilizer. You can save the rest of the jar's contents for later use. Now, water your plants with this mixture and wait for the results. Soak the garlic in water to encourage root growth. Garlic planted in soil this way will grow faster. This is a method for rapid rooting of garlic. Prepare 1 plastic bottle for rooting for each garlic bulb. Peel the outer skin layers off the garlic bulbs. Then, trim the tops of the cloves with a knife. Do this with each garlic bulb you want to root faster. Even if it has already started to sprout a green stem, trim it. This procedure stimulates the garlic to grow faster and accelerates rooting. Cut off the top part of the plastic bottles. Shorten the bottles and insert the inverted top part into them. Pour water into the prepared bottles. Place the garlic bulbs in them. The bottom part of the bulb must be submerged in water. Check, change, and top up the water daily. Keep the garlic on the windowsill, but not in direct sunlight. After a few days, the garlic will have substantial roots and will sprout young stems. After 1 to 2 weeks, it's time to plant them. Separate the bulbs with roots. As you can see, the roots are beautiful. If you wait longer to plant, you'll see the garlic forming cloves. Soak the garlic in a bowl of water and add some salt. Soak the garlic for about 15 minutes. Salt protects the garlic from pests and prevents fungal diseases. Then dry it. If you want, plant some of the garlic in a pot. It can be placed on a windowsill. These conditions will ensure you have garlic quickly at home. Plant the rest of the garlic in the garden. I plant garlic on newspapers, but I'll talk about planting garlic on newspapers in the next video. So stay tuned for updates.